time any gangs in Los Angeles have been indicted for sex trafficking. You know, individuals may have been, but not
a gang.
Not a group of people from a hood in LA. First time where sex trafficking is part of the RICO.
That is incredible. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're Trappers tapping in TNN Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use, that good knowledge you're ready to get. Ain't nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with that tap in to make sure, in fact, tapped in with that good. Tap in. Hit us with a like, with a comment, with a get subscribe, notification bell. Here, all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. It's that good knowledge you not finna get in nobody's college. Finna tap in with the tap in to make sure, in fact, tapped in with this good tap in, man. Shout out to Alex Alonzo, Munchie B, Street TV, giving us a full breakdown of the underage yimping going on in the Hoover indictment. So let's see what's going on, man. We'll figure out how strong this case is, and let's get into it. Let's go.
So I got my hand.
Kind of cliche though, cause they hood is like it's a track Fig. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this should be a warning to all the other hoods that are off of Fig that are involved in the same activity. They coming. That's all I'll say. And I don't wish that on anyone. I don't wish that on any set or any individuals. But the reality is, if you don't get off the streets right now, they're coming. And that's just my message to all the boys and girls out there. Don't join gangs. If you in a gang, fall back unless you don't mind going to prison or jail or the county jail, the feds.
Facts.
But they're coming. In today's day and age, with the technology that the police have, with the cameras that are all over the place, with the all our phone calls are being recorded, all our DMs are being saved. You think, oh, let me talk to this person using FaceTime DM. I've seen so many cases where people are talking about criminal activity using Facebook DM, thinking that, oh, okay, it ain't gonna get tapped. But
why wouldn't you think that a Facebook DM wouldn't get tapped? That literally doesn't make sense at all.
And all they do is subpoena all of the Facebook DMs, and they're right there for us to see.
Hey, look, I got a homie. I ain't gonna say his name, but he on social media. He got an Instagram with no post. All he do is watch, and he posts like memes on his story because his whole case was surrounded around social media. He know damn well they can check your DMs, and he just like he kind of Spooky Johnson of participating in social media. So he got followers. He follow people. 0 posts, and all he do is post memes on his story, bro.
Yeah.
Like they what you put in your DM is not a secret. Your close friends, it ain't just close friends or whatever.
They can see everything that you put online.
Everything it is, so you know, just to let people know.
I think one of the only things that might protect you is using something like Signal as a.
I don't know what that is.
It's an app for tech.
But don't give up the game, then. let it stay private.
Well, I'll say this: there's a few apps that are specifically designed that do not save data. They do not save data.
Okay.
Instagram saves your data. Even if you delete it, it saves your data. Facebook, same company, it's owned by Meta, saves your data. Twitter saves your data. YouTube saves all your data.
You know, it's funny about you saying they what by Meta?
Meta owns Instagram and Facebook now.
I got some Meta Ray-Bans on right now. And that's crazy. So if I record some crazy shit on these Meta glasses, shit, I guess they got it, huh?
All right, so we got the United States of America versus 11 folks. Amaya Armstead is the lead defendant. Hey, here's another thing. It's the first time I've ever seen a female as the lead defendant in a federal indictment when there's a whole bunch of other men.
What about the girl, the drug queen pin?
Well,
Marco lady.
Is she from LA?
No.
Okay, I'm not. I'm just.
I don't know where she from.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But in terms of all the LA cases, and I got at least, you know, this is I've read over 100 of these. Mm-hmm. Amaya Armstead, aka Lady Duck, Keandre Young.
She the one that they want. The Lady Duck girl, she was the one that was flu flaming.
AKA Young Poke. This ain't the same Young Poke that we know from rapping?
No.
Okay. Naziz Harris. And this is funny. They got their AKAs off of their social media. So this person, Naziz Harris, they put his Instagram AKA Rich Off the Bitch, AKA. And then his name is N4. His street name is N4. Then they got N4 Presidential. They got 3 AKAs for him. Avery Amoka, AKA Hands Secure Payments. Jared Evans, AKA J Money. Matthew Brooks, AKA Buddha, AKA Vermont Star.
Hold on, what? What the last one?
Matthew Brooks, Buddha and Vermont Star.
Okay.
Then we got one that we all know and love from the Baby Stone Gorillas. That's Darrell Robinson, P4K, aka Popcorn. Jalon Phillips, aka Waymo, Heymo, Chop'em, and Waylon. Brian Israel, Israel, Brian Israel, aka Folok. I'm reading it like a white person for a second.
Alex for sure read that like a white person for a second.
Forlock. No, it's Forloke, Figafo, and Notorious FIG. Oh, that's a nice one though. Notorious.
Hey, Notorious FIG, I keep saying was the best hood name. Notorious FIG, that is a good hood name. That nigga hood name, go with that one.
It's FIG. He's definitely from Hoover with that name. And then Tahan Gray, aka Tiny 3, and the last defendant on this case is Tommy Crockham. No, I'm sorry, Tommy Crockham, or Crockham, aka Tommy Guns. All right, so Amaya Armstead, known as Lady Duck. Okay, the first paragraph just identifies them. Others known and unknown to the grand jury were members and associates of an organization known as the Hoovers. We know that not to be true. We know about half of them are really Hoovers. A couple of them aren't Hoovers at all, but I guess they're associates if they're engaged in activity. The Hoovers are an organization, criminal organization, gang engaged in illegal activities, but not limited to sex trafficking of minors, sex trafficking through force, fraud, coercion, narcotics, money laundering, assaults, robberies, kidnappings, and other crimes. The Hoovers operated in the Central District of California and elsewhere. The Hoovers organizations, including its leaders, members, and associates, constitute an enterprise as defined by Title 18 of the United States Code. Cash App is a licensed money service business, which is a financial
So because it's a financial institution, that's money laundering, and they're using Cash App for money laundering. Anytime you send money or flamorous funds through Cash App, that's money laundering.
Institution pursuant to 31 U.S.C., which is engaged in or the activities of which affect interstate or foreign commerce. So they're basically saying, look, they got all the Cash App data. I know for a fact because Cash App has got to adhere to the same laws that banks adhere to. They're saving all your data. You cannot even delete anything you do in Cash App. That's being saved forever. So obviously they subpoenaed all the Cash App records and got all the money transfers. Background of the racketeering exercise. I ain't gonna read this whole thing. It's 155 pages. Link to the entire indictment will be in the description or in the show notes of this podcast. But the Hoovers were a criminal street gang, and if you want me to stop at any point, Munchie, just tell me to stop. The Hoovers were a criminal street organization formed in the late 70s that later became part of the larger West Side Crips. They eventually split into two factions, the Gangster Crips and the Neighborhood Crips, and the Hoovers aligned themselves with the Gangster Crips. All right, they're going to give a whole history here. They always get the history wrong.
Hoovers, they said late 70s?
Did they say late 70s? Yeah, no, the Hoovers actually were...
Alex was like, man, they always get the history wrong. They don't never get it right. They always get it wrong. Alex is a historian when it comes to LA street gangs and all that kind of stuff, so I'd be more inclined to trust Alex Alonso than a district attorney any day, if you're asking me.
I'll say 69, 70.
Yeah, they said late 70s.
Yeah, the history part is always incorrect.
They gang department is bunk.
Yeah, so paragraph 5. At the time of this indictment, all the Hoover sets, except for the Five Deuces, claim allegiance to the Hoover criminal gangsters. Paragraph 6. The Hoovers had many rivals, including but not limited to the 30s, 40s, 60s, 90s, Hunnits, 5-7 Neighborhood Crips, Menlos, 102 Budlong. All right, we know all their rivals. The Hoovers have approximately 1,800 members. The Hoovers claim a territory in the city of L.A., bounded by Vernon to the north, Imperial to the south, 110 to the east, and Vermont to the west. That's not 100% true because there's a couple of sets in there, like the Menlos, that are sprinkled within this whole little section. All right, so they give you the geography of the Hoovers, the sets of the Hoovers. They got some photos of graffiti. They got in paragraph 9, they break down the clothing the Hoover Astros had, the orange. Now, they're showing more photos. These are all photos taken directly from social media. They got all of these social media photos in the indictment. Paragraph 14, to further demonstrate their membership and allegiance to the Hoover enterprise, members would often refer to each other as Groove or Groover, as homage to the gang's origins. More background and history. Let's get to the actual offenses. Paragraph 20, Hoovers largely controlled sex trafficking and prostitution in the Figueroa corridor. Members and associates of the enterprise act as pimps. To promote and manage sex trafficking, pimps exploited commercial sex acts of victim sex workers, including minors, for the pimp's own personal gain and on behalf of the enterprise. Okay, so they're going into what pimps do. And back, we're going to scroll down to paragraph 23. To start working for a pimp, a victim was required to pay a choosing fee.
The fact that they're going to break down what a choosing fee is crazy work, big dog. Crazy work, big dog. Like my man said, a choosing fee. You feel me? All right, let's see where this goes.
That is a payment for the privilege to work for that pimp. Victims were taught that once they choose a pimp, they were not permitted to speak to or even look at other pimps, and they would face grave consequences for violating this rule. Similarly, if a victim attempted to leave her pimp, she was required to pay an exit fee or face grave consequences. That's paragraph 23. The first thing it makes me think about is when your homeboy, former pimp, Perrion talked about how one pimp could break another girl and get her away from another pimp, and it happens all the time. Every pimp has lost a chick or two.
Every pimp has been knocked off by another pimp.
But this paragraph says you ain't supposed to do that, and there's grave consequences for doing that, but happens all the time.
The homie Perrion, which is a former pimp these days, he said he knocked Sharp for a couple bitches before. back in them days.
Damn, Sharp, you was out here getting knocked like a dog on Halloween, bro. Sharp, you out here getting knocked like a front door on Halloween? Goodness gracious.
All right, paragraph 24. Generally, if a person who was not a Hoover wanted to engage in pimping or sex trafficking activities in Hoover's territory, including the Figueroa corridor, they were required to be in good standing with the Hoovers or to have Hoover's permission to do so. If a non-Hoover pimp sex trafficked in Hoover's territory without the Hoover's authority to do so, that pimp would be risked of being robbed and assaulted by Hoover pimps. This is funny. They're saying Hoover pimps, having his sex worker robbed and assaulted by Hoover pimps, or having his sex worker knocked. Hey, they used.
Wouldn't it be pimps from the Hoover instead of Hoover pimps?
The word having his sex worker knocked, meaning recruited away from him to work for a Hoover or a Hoover associate pimp. So there you go. Then the next paragraph, they use the correct term knocked, which is what paragraph 23 talked about. All right, I'm going to scroll down here. Paragraph 26. Hoovers also continually engage in distributing controlled substances, including oxycodone, promethazine, codeine, benzodiazepine, alzapropone, and fentanyl. Hoovers often referred to promethazine with codeine as TRIS, T-R-I-S, shorthand for Tris Pharma, Inc., the pharmaceutical company that manufactured promethazine with codeine. They often refer to oxycodone pills as Perks or Yerks, which are also shorthand for Percocet, a brand name for oxycodone pills. Hoovers illegally diverted pharmaceutical drugs by recruiting fake patients to obtain and fill prescriptions for highly sought-after controlled pharmaceuticals. All right, so I'm going to scroll down here to paragraph 28. Hoovers were known to utilize Cash App and Apple Pay. This is where everything you do digitally is going to be saved and will be used against you. They use this as a means of receiving and transferring criminal proceeds. The vanity names of these financial accounts often referenced a Hoover's member's moniker. Oh my goodness. They use their real monikers to transfer money, allegedly, from account to account. Hoovers often directed their sex trafficking victims to deposit the proceeds of their sex work into the Hoover members' Cash App account. The Hoover's members would then use these proceeds to further promote their criminal activities, such as arranging Uber rides for sex trafficking victims, procuring hotel rooms, and paying for food and condoms. Sometimes enterprise members directed sex workers to send Cash App payments to a different enterprise member, who then funneled the money to the intended recipient to layer illegal proceeds transactions and frustrate efforts to trace victims' proceeds to their pimp. All right, so that's just page 15 of this indictment. It goes 155 pages. On page 17, they got a picture of P4. And they're alleging, here it says, many Enterprise members identified as rappers and produced rap music and videos. These songs and videos often glorified the Hoovers and pimping lifestyles, narcotic sales, firearm possession, thereby elevating the reputation of the Enterprise. Some Enterprise members did not claim the Hoover's name, but participated in and contributed to the Enterprise, including putting in work which involved criminal activities, including shooting and assaulting enemies of Hoovers, committing robberies, obtaining firearms, distributing drugs, etc., etc. So, and on that page, they showed a picture of P4, which is insane.
So they saying whatever.
So they saying basically P4, you gots to go. You gots to goington, P4ington. It's over with, big dog. They gonna try to lock you down.
P4 is doing this. It's for the benefit of the Hoovers.
Yeah.
That's cap.
And they saying, I guess they're acknowledging he's not a Hoover, but he's engaged in Hoover.
This is why it is for the benefit of the Hoovers, because he's doing something alongside of the Hoovers, with the majority of them being from Hoover, not from his residential neighborhood. Yeah, so even though, hold on, let me close this window real quick. Even though P4 is doing what he's doing, and he's from BPS, obviously, because what he's doing does in fact help the Hoovers, because that's the majority of what's going on in this situation, unfortunately, it will actually look at as if on paperwork and in court he's doing this for the benefit of the Hoovers. That actually is how that works.
Fig away. So I guess his one of his AKAs was Fig or something. All right, Overt Act 4. On February 9th, 2021, while driving a car together, Armstead and Evans possessed with the intent to distribute promethazine, counterfeit oxycodone, that in fact contained fentanyl, Xanax, a scale, and more than 9,000 cash. Now that's the first illegal overt act. That's overt act number 4. But let me go back to the beginning of the conspiracy where it says all the people indicted and others known and unknown to the grand jury. The ones that are known that are not named, you know who those are, right? Mm-hmm. Those are the ones that are telling. Mm-hmm. The ones that are known and unknown. So the ones that are known that are not named are telling. So they must have, this overt act number 3, somebody had to provide this information.
With the promethazine?
I'm sorry, overt act number 4. Yeah, on February, with the date, February 9th, 2021, Armstead and Evans sold oxycodone.
To a redacted name.
They didn't even put the name. It just says, possessed with the intent to distribute. And a scale and more than 9,000. So that means Armstead and Evans was another person that's unnamed here that provided this information.
Unnamed or it ain't redacted?
It's not even redacted.
Okay,
no.
Yeah, that's a CR.
Yeah, so somebody within the conspiracy between 2021 and 2025.
They was in that car.
Yeah, they was in the car. Because we know Armstead and Evans, they're indicted. They're not.
Right.
Okay, Overt Act 5. On April 18th, 2021, just like 2 months later, defendant Israel physically assaulted his sex worker, victim 1, in Vegas, Nevada, striking her with a closed fist in the back of the head. So victim 1 is the one that provided that. Her name is not provided here. Not even redacted. So victim 1 is telling. Overt Act 6 on May 16th, 2021. A month after that, a month after Overt Act 5, using coded messages on Instagram, defendant Israel recruited an unidentified female to work for him, boasting that he was building a new stable of women and claiming that he had a problem with one of his previous sex workers. The unidentified female offered to beat up the problematic sex worker, but defendant Israel, using coded language, advised that he would catch her and assault her himself. So that's just through subpoenaing, getting all the records from Meta. Israel, if you did a lot of communicating on Instagram, they got all your messages, even the ones you deleted. So, Overt Act 6, May 31st, 2021, using coded language on Instagram, defendant Crockham posted a drug advertisement offering to sell oxycodone pills at 30 milligram strength. That's insane, Munchie. You publicly posting, I guess, an image saying, I got the oxy.
Right.
I got the oxy. Hit me up in my DM.
You'd be surprised at how many people put that kind of stuff on on Instagram. You'd be surprised at how many people put that kind of stuff on social media, for sure.
And he probably, oh, that's crazy. Using coded language, posted an advertisement. Yeah, so he basically posted, I got the Oxy using coded language. On August 29, 2021, using coded language on Instagram, defendant Crockham posted a drug advertisement offering to sell promethazine.
Oh yeah, he using his social media as a storefront.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So some of this stuff, you don't even need a snitch.
Right. Did it to yourself.
Yeah. November 4th, 2021, using coded language on text message, defendant Amoko ridiculed his unidentified sex worker or the sex trafficking victim for thinking that she only needed to pay him one time and warned her to watch her mouth before he breaks her jaw. So that's his own text message. She could have provided that, though.
She did provide it.
Yeah. September 6th, 2021. It doesn't say if she's the same victim one from the previous overt act. September 6th, 2021. This is overt act 10. Using coded language on text now, defendant Amoko told an unidentified victim he would get her more condoms when she finished using the 3 she had. Over 11, September 26, 2021, using coded language, on Instagram, defendant Crockham posted a drug advertisement again to sell full prescription pint of promethazine with codeine for $1,400. Hey, Crockham is insane.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, Crockham is tripping, bro. Crockham got way too many things going on in this situation. Crockham needs to sit it down somewhere.
Insanity.
Oh, yeah. He crazy on the social media.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it right there for now. What's your whole reaction to this so far?
Well,
so far, I'll say this. My reaction is simple. You kids have done way too much to get yourself into a stupid situation, and you guys play social media like it wasn't illegal, and they let you get comfortable thinking that what you were doing was slicker than a can of oil. You was finna get away with all this fluflamery. They knew you wasn't getting away with anything, and they let y'all sit around for years and have these conversations and make these claims and play with these people and all that kind of stuff. And they'll just let you know how far the government will go to get their man, because in the interim time, you have these girls getting fed dog food, cat food, getting locked in dog cages and dog kennels, getting burned with cigarettes, names tattooed on them, which is all kind of abuse, has been suffered at the hands of these dudes towards these young girls and all that kind of stuff. But the government knowingly let all of it happen. I mean, I guess they were building the case, and that's how you get them and all that kind of stuff. But, bro, what about all the young women who are sacrificed in the interim of y'all building this case? You feel me? What about all the young girls who just never really had a chance, and now they are lost or mentally destroyed or whatever the case may be? And I guess y'all got y'all case off, but like, shit, nigga, at whose expense?
The pictures with all the monikers. So I wonder, did they get they got that just having a warrant for social media and got it on their own, or did these females get pictures of this tat themselves?
Oh yeah, the tattoos.
Yeah, I think these females they cooperating. You know what I'm saying? Of course, and because them text messages, the women have to get them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some of these. Well, we definitely have victim one, unidentified, the one that got slapped up in Vegas. She's cooperating.
And then whoever's in the car with Jay Smooth and Lady Duck, that person was in the vehicle.
Well, that's an assumption we're making because it's almost impossible.
Gotta be, because
yeah.
No. Yeah, it's an assumption, but I'm saying gotta be in the car because you know the exact the drug, it was a scale, and then you know the approximate amount of money, but they was never caught with this.
So Armstead and Evans knows exactly.
They know who that was in the car.
They know who. What we're saying is someone in the car. I just want to be clear. Overt Act 4 doesn't say a third person was in the car.
No, that's just our assumption.
But it has to be somebody else there.
That was and let's see, because they know who that person was, and I don't believe that was a sex worker. I believe that might have been a Hoover member. That's just my guess. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not fact or anything. But, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, you got to know how to read between the lines when you're reading these indictments. Let me read Overt Act 16. May 15, 2022.
16? It go way to 16?
I mean, there's over.
Hold on. But where did you just stop at?
I stopped at 10.
Okay, now you about to skip the 16.
Yeah, I'm skipping the
all right,
16.
go ahead.
Yeah, over at 16, May 5th, 2022, to promote his own reputation as a pimp and elevate his reputation of the Hoovers, defendant Crockham posted a photograph on Instagram showing him fanning a large amount of money. There's a crown emoji on the photograph indicating that defendant self-identifies as a pimp.
What's his hood name again?
Crockham's hood name is let me go back to page 1 of this indictment because there's too many people to memorize here. Crockham is the last one. Tommy Guns. That's Tommy Guns.
Yeah, Tommy tripping.
Yeah. But you know, a lot of this it's a trip because if I have old indictments like from let's say I want to say I have some indictments from the late 90s, early 2000. There's no social media. So the legwork that the police got to do is much more rigorous.
Way more extensive.
All these feds got to do is sit on the internet and just watch everybody's Instagram. And then once they have probable cause, go to the judge and say, we want a warrant for all of his social media
Because we've been seeing him do X, Y, and Z. He's already told himself doing A, B, and C. So just go ahead and let me get that about you, Judge. Let me get that about you, Judge. We finna boost the conviction rate.
We really want the deleted stuff that we didn't get to see. The cops can't see the deleted stuff unless they get a warrant that's signed by a judge. And once they do that, it's a wrap. They're getting all your social media. They're getting all your private messages. And so far, this whole indictment is reading social media.
Well, I know for a fact that it's a division, the department of law enforcement that is solely for social media, and they watch social media around the clock. And I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But even to make their job even easier, they don't even have to watch the social media around the clock. They just got to know, all right, we're watching this guy. We're going to write his social media account down, and then we're going to request a warrant from a judge to get everything he posts, everything he deletes, all his DMs, and I'm going to go have dinner and have a cup of coffee. I don't got to watch it no more.
All right, for instance, okay, all right, when they, whatever years was, they was on a injunction thing in the hood or whatever. They had these lists of all these names or whatever. And then they had, other than that paperwork and some other paperwork, and it say, he rest in peace now, Baby Clayron post drugs, waits for a response, and to woo drugs on the Twitter app, Baby Clayron ain't offend. Then it say, Munchie B threatens members of his hood and express how he wants to inflict, like, you know what I'm saying? This was like all in paperwork, how they was watching my Twitter, how I was threatening my homies and said what I want to do to them. And, you know what I'm saying? This was all it. And they was like, they watch all this shit. And then I was in the county jail one year, 2011. I get a pass to go to OSJ. They call it banks. I come out, boom, they give me a pass. It say medical with a pen. Medical is crossed out. Then it say OSJ written in pen. I'm like, what's this? Then I like just go. When I walk out to the hallway, I look back out the pass again. The sheriff poke his head out the door from the 3400 floor. Like, hey, go. So I'm walking. I go to this door. The door's to the right. Then I walk through the door. Then you go to a quick left. And you go up the stairs. It's real dark. You can't. So when I'm walking up the stairs, it was a police walking down the stairs. But we like about to run. Oh, the mayor. Oh, come on. Then he turn around, I follow him up the stairs. I go in the OSJ office. OSJ is Operation Safe Jail. They over the gangs in the county jail. When I walk in the OSJ office, it's a computer screen, and they on my Facebook and say the mayor. It's me, the picture of me with a red beanie, twisted to the side, say IFG on the beanie. It's a picture. They was watching my Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, though. They looking at Munchie B's Facebook, calling him in the OSJ, talking about what's up, Mr. Mayor, and all that kind of stuff. Like, damn, bro. If you're not going to like, comment, and subscribe, get up off my social media.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they own there, though. That's why, if you look at my Facebook, my Instagram, All the people I bump heads with, I don't threaten nobody. I talk shit about them. I'll talk about they bullshit baby mama. If I hit their baby mama, you're a bunk. You never put in work. But I'll never threaten nobody on the internet ever. Because I already know what it's made of.
All right, so I want to...
And if you sending threats on the internet, I'll do this to you, I'll do that to you when you get caught, not if, when you get caught. Don't say somebody told on you. I mean, I guess somebody did tell on you, but you did somebody. You told on you, nigga. Didn't nobody tell on you. You told on you. You was over here talking about how you was going to do X, Y, and Z to A, B, and C. Nigga, that is illegal. That is illegal. Causing harm to other people physically, that is not legal, bro. You cannot do that. So if you get locked up and you get flammed up off of that, nigga, that's a you thing. You did that. You wanted to go to jail.
To read some overt acts from victim 2, but before we do that, I got a clip. This has hit the media. Los Angeles local news has covered it. Let's play clip number 4.
A disturbing sex trafficking bust. Several suspected gang members arrested, accused of forcing young girls into prostitution. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for being with us. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Marla Tejas.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Devine. Federal prosecutors here in LA say this is the first major takedown of sex trafficking operation on that infamous Figueroa Street.
Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards spoke to the acting top prosecutor in our area about this bust, and she's live in Westwood tonight. Chelsea?
Yeah, well, this was a big bust. We're talking 11 alleged gang members, including 6 leaders of the Hoover criminal street gang, now indicted on these really disturbing charges. Take a look at some video. These are images that were mentioned in the indictment, things that they posted to social media. Prosecutors say the gang recruited girls as young as 14 years old, many of them runaways or kids from the foster care system. Federal officials say those victims were regularly raped and drugged, all while being forced into prostitution. The alleged ringleader, a 25-year-old woman named Amaya Armstead, who goes by Lady Duck. Prosecutors say she and her co-defendants acted as pimps, using social media to recruit vulnerable teens and young adults, then controlling them through violence, drugs, and intimidation. According to the indictment, victims who disobeyed were assaulted, humiliated, they were denied food or drugs, and in some cases, branded with tattoos of their traffickers' street names.
I mean, these guys were prolific. They were the ones recruiting these young women and children. They're ones out there selling them. They were out there enforcing by beating up these women and drugging them and raping them. And so today we're getting the worst of the worst people off the street, and there should be an impact on the community very quickly.
Federal prosecutors say the group controlled sex trafficking along a 3.5-mile section of Figueroa Street in South LA, known as the Figueroa Corridor, and they've been in control from February of 2021 until now. Tonight, we sat down with Lori Burns, a survivor who was trafficked into prostitution out of the foster care system as well. She has now made it her life's mission to save victims like the ones from this case, founding the Teen Project, which provides wraparound services to foster and at-risk young women. She believes the system is broken for everybody involved.
I am very sold on hurt people, because I see the girls, I know the stories of the men that have taken them, and it's all a failed system. It's all going to go back to the broken system, because a lot of the kids that you see on the street that were gang members were in the system themselves, whether they were in juvenile hall, group homes, or foster homes. They were in that broken system, and they came out unhealed, unhelped.
Now, 5 of those suspects pleaded not guilty today, and the trial has now been set for early October. And if convicted as charged, some could be facing life in prison. Reporting live from Westwood, I'm Chelsea Edwards, Fox 11 News.
Chelsea, I'm looking at those photos there, thinking of the industry of sex trafficking, and these suspects all seem fairly young.
Yeah, a lot of them, most of them, I would say in their early 20s, very young. And the ringleader, just 25 years old, and a woman as well. Experts say they often use women that are in the system themselves. They use them to get these younger girls to trust them before bringing them in to the same system that they're in. It's a horrible cycle.
Yeah, just a sick industry. About the victims, do we have any idea how many there are, and are they all from the Southern California area?
Those are questions that were not answered today. Today, the focus was on the indictment and getting these people off the streets and into federal custody. So, no, we're waiting on details on where they are now and how they're doing.
All right. Glad we're bringing this to light, and good work by agents for sure. Okay, Chelsea, thanks so much.
That was a story from the local news. What did you think of that language from the news story?
Yeah, I don't like that verbiage.
The media's gonna eat this up. The media's job is to dress this up like these people are animals, monsters. You know what I'm saying? Broken system. Gang members themselves hurt people hurting people. Nigga, they gonna make this look all the way bad for sure. The media don't do nothing. They gonna make a bad situation worse.
Multiple leaders, I don't like they say later to make it seem more, you know what I'm saying, more serious than what things is. I'm not saying that child trafficking ain't a serious matter, but who said these people are leaders? who said that?
Yeah. Well, it says here.
And then anytime, and that's what I'm saying. This like a touchy subject because you don't ever want to seem like you condoning this, right? But if somebody come, they say they come with a choosing fee, like they have to pay you to be down with you. How is it forced?
It doesn't matter if it's forced or not.
But that's the words they use, though.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. But you know.
But I think legally, if someone's underage.
No, underage that's all the way out. Period. Yeah, so I'm just taking the underage thing out of it. But when they talk about prostitution, period, they trying to lay it out how the pimping and horn thing go. You know, you have a pimp and then the hoe, she give you money if she want to be down with you, and then you need an exit fee. How are you forced to do anything if you paying to do it?
All right, so here's where it comes to the age of consent. The feds have it at 18. California had
the age of consent is a sick thing, bro. Because the age of consent can say 16 and you 38 and you mess with a 16-year-old little girl, you're a freak. Oh, is she consented? She consented the age of consent, nigga. Please, you're a freak.
At 18, but in certain states,
16.
It wouldn't. These women wouldn't even be considered minors.
So how do we go fed if that's the case?
Because the fed age is 18, but you know most U.S. states have it at 16, and they're alleging that these girls, quote unquote victims, are 16 and 17 years old.
I don't think the Fed should have jurisdiction over that if majority of the states, because it's less than 30. It's majority of the states you legal at 16.
Yeah,
we the minority with 18. I don't think the Fed should even have jurisdiction over when it kind of dealing with minors and that, because the majority of the United States say you an adult at 16.
All right, well, let me read victim 2.
The federal government not having jurisdiction over the entire country is wild. That is barnacles. Barnacles.
Named. When you get to Overt Act 25, it says defendant Amoko trafficked victim number 2 from 2022 to 2023. So Overt Act 25 is on April 6, 2022. Encoded text message, defendant Amoko threatened victim 2, his sex trafficking victim, that he was watching her and that she better stay alert in the car where he saw her sitting. And then Overt Act 26, for same under victim 2, on July 14th, 2022, using coded text message, defendant Amoko threatened victim 2. "I'ma fracture every bone in your face," quote unquote. Then he shifted to guilting her, asking, "You really gonna leave daddy in this cold world, knowing you all I got," quote unquote. Defendant Amoko also claimed that he elevated victim 2 every day. When defendant Amoko did not receive his desired responses, he shifted back to threats, swearing on Hoover that he would remember this and adding, "Yo, bitch, die out here on the blade and hope a trick rape and kill you, leave you on the side of the freeway," quote unquote. He also threatened to kick down victim number 2's mother's door and noted the apartment number to show he knew where mama lived. When victim 2 said she would go to the police, defendant Amoko threatened to have her assaulted for snitching and vowed he would wire her jaw shut. He further threatened, "Yeah, Better watch your dates, might be your last.
Damn, bro, like, so much hostility to, like, what you're supposed to be selling. This is not going to be a happy hoe. I'm not saying that all the hoes should be happy, but if you want a happy hoe and performing at maximum capacity, you would think that you would treat the hoe a little bit better. You feel me? I mean, I don't know. I ain't never been no pimp, but I just would think that, she is, like, literally merchandise. So you're not, like, maintaining the product at all. You feel me?
That's one. So that's a whole nother victim, separate from victim number 2. That's victim 2.
Yeah, so clearly the victims is giving up their phones and letting the police see it.
Yeah. And then if you get to overt act number 30, we get to victim number 3. Between December 1.
This is all the Moko victims?
This one is Israel. Israel is victim number 3.
So these victims ain't to the same person?
No.
Okay.
December 1, 2022 to February 17th, 2025, defendant Israel trafficked adult victim 3. So this is not a minor. It doesn't state if victim number 2 is adult or minor. It just says victim number 2. But victim number 3 is clearly an adult under Israel, and he sex trafficked her through threats or force, fraud, or coercion. Overt Act 31 on May 9th, 2023 in Vegas, victim 3 got into her car as she was attempting to leave defendant Israel. He threw a large alcohol bottle through her rear passenger window. Overt Act 32 on November 17, 2023, using coded message on Instagram, defendant Israel directed victim 3 to rob a John in Vegas. Victim 3 informed defendant Israel that the John had a Rolex watch. She said that she would also take $1,750 in chips, $2,800 in cash, and $450 in Apple Pay. Victim 3 confirmed that the John took the watch off and she got it. So that's victim 3. All overt acts up to, all the overt acts up to 40, I'm going to say up to 46, all involve victim 3 and Israel. And let's see, victim number 4 starts at overt act 47 under defendant Evans. Evans trafficked victim 4 through threats, force, and intimidation. That's number overt act 47. And then overt act 48. On an unknown date, victim 4 was branded with tattoo J $. In reference to defendant Evans' moniker on her face during part or all of the time when defendant Evans trafficked victim number 4, she shared her location via cell phone with defendant Evans. So that's victim number 4 under Evans, and that goes all the way up to overt act 55. When you get to overt act 56, they get to talking about the enterprise. Well, I'll jump to overt act 73 because that's where victim 5 comes in. Amoko sex track victim 5. On an unknown date, victim 5 was branded with tattoo hands secure payments in reference to defendant Amoko's moniker on her buttocks. So some of these victims are going to be easily identified.
Yeah, but Amoko kind of stupid.
Yeah, man. A lot of these people going to be easily identified because they did tattooed these girls.
Bro, you know, and feel for that nigga. Like, whoever Amoko is, he just dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Overt Act 74. On June 21st, 2023, Amoko and victim 5 had an argument. Victim 5 briefly left defendant. Over coded text, defendant Amoko told victim 5 that she had not given him a chance, implored her to come back, and told her to tell the people who picked her up that he would give them gas money to return her. Victim 5 ultimately replied, "I'm sorry, daddy," quote unquote, and promised that she was not leaving him, preparing for her for more sex work. Defendant Amoko ordered victim 5 would get waxed and have her hair and nails done, and that they had a mission to accomplish. So she's victim 5 are all the overt acts up to 78 under Amoko. Then there's another victim, victim 6.
It could be, man, you know how many, what you mean? Why you say damn like you surprised?
I didn't know,
you know how many suspects it is?
Yeah, I didn't. We're reading this fresh. This is
okay.
This is a fresh read, so I haven't read over this.
Yeah, but I know it's a lot of suspects, so it's gonna be a lot of victims.
Yeah, so victim 6 starts at overt act 79. In and around July 23, defendant Robinson sex trafficked victim 7, 16-year-old girl. Overt Act 89, in and around July 23rd, defendant Robinson had sexual intercourse with the same 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, you out of here for that, bro. Dang, you out of here for that. You had the intercourse and you had a working. Yeah, you are out of here.
So the whole section here that starts on page 42 is Robinson and the victim 7, which is a 16-year-old. So that quite possibly could be somebody that we've been hearing rumors about. Victim 7, and then victim 8 is under defendant Phillips. Phillips directed.
What's P4 last name?
P4 last name is he's Darrell. Let me see. What is his first name? Darrell. I forget his last name. Let me see here. We'll come back to page 42 because I did hear a rumor that P4
because Nova is she 15, not 16.
And this is 2023. How old was she?
She's 15 now.
Okay, I thought she's 15 now. Okay,
I might be wrong. No, I might be wrong.
I remember her being 14, but she could be 15 or 16 now.
Okay,
because it's been okay. P4K is Robinson. So
okay.
P4K is Robinson.
Okay,
and these are all alleged, y'all. These are all alleged.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't went to court. Nothing has been proven.
And that 16-year-old victim what?
Sheesh, man. Now, when it comes down to this human trafficking and all this stuff that these dudes got going on, it's gonna be a cold day in court when they see they judge and they meet their maker, because I doubt that it's gonna be any type of leniency for these gentlemen. That all being said, man, we up out here to the next one. Y'all know the deal. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. Free Avenue Waiting Suites free. Go. Yeah, man. For those of y'all who don't know, for the rest of this football season, I will be posting up a clip of one of my kids every week. Y'all gonna have to watch that at every video for a week. And every Saturday, we're gonna update with a new clip and a new highlight from my son's football game. They first-year players, but they starting DN, starting outside, middle linebacker. Both the twins is on there doing a Dougie. So for the rest of this youth football season, you're gonna catch these clips, big dog, of my kids doing their stuff. But that all being said, we out here to the next one, man. Free Avenue Angel till he's free. Enjoy the clip.
Sexy bands on my name. How many shots to the center of a freak, nigga? 3 in his ass, lick his stomach, smell his pink, nigga. They throwing shots, time to see if them pussy niggas can take it. The nigga whack is a snitch and the jolly niggas are rapists. See, Lush was on to something, tried to act like it was nothing. Said you ain't know that freaky ass taker you was frontin'. Munchie ain't fucking with you and Spider-Loc ain't gon' save you. If you wanted, you gon' take it. Stop them freaky ass behaviors. Let's get straight to the point, see, we ain't gotta wait for later. Nigga with your last name kidnapped that girl before he raped her. Said the moms of gang members don't deserve no piece of prayers. When General Butt naked, the kid Tesher is your savior. You ain't gotta stall me out, cause I ain't asking for no favors. Get it cracking right now, we ain't gotta wait for later. Walked into your own building, heard my voice and then you ducked away. Was humble like a bitch, cause you a hoe, stay in your fucking place. That nigga whack and slut and pathetic, Flacco's a fucking lame. Whack ain't come outside because he hiding from his fucking gang. Talking like you tough when niggas spitting in your fucking face. T-Row didn't quit, we wouldn't even know your fucking name. Whack in front of Adam, but Adam is how he do you. See, Flacco lied on me and then Whack told me to sue you. Treated Whack like a bitch, you should've seen it, it was beautiful. Now every single week that nigga jolly on my pupil. Is it Fred or is it Frederick? Is it Dave or is it David? All thighs on me. Flock of belly, now you famous. Type of creep nigga is you. How are you and Dave related? Nigga, no means no. You should've told him not to take it. I'm really in the field, you niggas stuck inside the matrix. From BET to the Knicks, down in Compton where your face is. That nigga real jolly got some freaky ass cases. Tryna fake fight Lush cause Adam wanted you to face. You wanna be like academics, making videos like point and shoot. You and Dave the same ass lame. We know the fucking truth. Brick ain't say this shit is a play, cause he don't fuck with you. He not gon' get involved when them real shooters come for you. If you grew up in the land, them thirsties, they would've humbled you. Grew up with them lions, I promise they would've hunted you. I get disrespectful, the next time I'ma punish you. You dirty fat bitch, I swear to God I see the bum in you. Niggas say they shooters till it's time to bring them guns out. Lose can't read and Whack lost his wife to Clubhouse. Treat Whack like a bitch, mark him out before he snitch again. Flocko, when I see you, I'ma show you the type of bitch you is. Niggas say they see me, they pullin' blick out. I promise that this Glock can make you sit down. Drum with a cooler, one for you, one for your brother. Wrap the string around the mop, sound like your dumbass when you stutter. Swear to God, nigga.
Hear me out though, right? Wait, bro, wait. Again, wait though. Just right, Joe, right? Wait though, right? I do want to